The Scorpion and the Frog, The Shy, Season 2, Episode 10. Your boy Dame Diddy.
Ambitious Ace.
So, sorry for the lateness, first off.
Yeah, apologize.
Yeah.
I was on vacation. Sorry.
Yeah, so blame it on him. Hit him up in the comments going on him, not me. I was here. Anyway, Frog and the Scorpion and the Frog. So, I guess the first place to start is your boy Ronnie, man. Let's just go ahead. Start with your boy Ronnie.
All right.
Was there anything about Ronnie that you cared about in this episode? Just starting off.
What do y'all think? Nah, I didn't care. No, I'm playing. Look, I want to applaud this episode's like sense of fatherhood because it had themes of fatherhood running throughout it. So let's start with Ronnie. We don't know his father. He don't know his father. We all don't give a damn about his father. That's all I gotta say. Because it really wasn't meaningful.
To his dad, I was just like, look, the only apologize the viewer cared about was Brandon forgiving you.
Now that right there, that was a strong and emotional scene. I love the way they did that. It showed, I guess you can say that showed the growth in Ronnie and Brandon, everything like that. So that was really good. I like that. But the whole meeting the father thing, like, I don't know why I didn't catch on that that's what he was going to do when he was at the party.
I thought he was going to go get a drink.
Me too. I thought he was going to get a drink. So it kind of misled me for a bit. But then I was just like, yeah, the notebook. It's the address. Mm-hmm. But I mean.
That was nice, Lena.
But, other than that, the only reason it didn't hook me is just because the fact that, we got that one little backstory and they got that one little scene. It really just didn't make me care about it that much.
I think you missed the point, though.
What?
See, the father was the reason why he was drinking.
The father was the reason why he was drinking, that he was misled. The father was the reason that he tried to be a father to a son that wasn't his. I get all that. It's cool. Yeah. He was the reason that he did all the shit.
So besides that, how did you feel about the whole him trying to convince Jada and then Tracy came?
Listen, man. Listen, just be with Tracy. All right, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, y'all both raggedy and y'all deserve
Hey, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say all that.
That's what I said.
But I'm just saying, I never want Jada and Ronnie together.
Hold on. Raggedy characters, not human beings.
I'm just saying, I feel like this is great for both of them. Tracy and Ronnie. They kind of like, because Tracy looks like she's in good spirits. She's trying to be positive and everything like that. Hopefully she stays that way. But we don't need Jada and Ronnie.
Are you excited for Ronnie in season 3?
No.
Okay. So now let's move to Emmett. Emmett had a pretty good arc this season on this episode. His dad came to see him in the store.
Yo, yeah, hold on. The whole time.
Yo, why he got that old man earpiece in, man?
I was thinking about that the whole time. Like, bruh.
He looked like he wear Timbs with shorts.
And just his demeanor, like, oh, man, I see you managing now. Oh, yeah. I thought he was about to call somebody. Like, yeah,
about to call Chuck.
But say now, Chuck. Like,
I don't know. You remember Chuck?
Huh?
Trapped in the closet.
Oh, I'm talking about Spice Adams. What you say now, Chuck? That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about Chuck.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But I thought he was gonna call Chuck. He had the old school ass earpiece in his ear, looking old as hell. Like, yo, anytime you got that, bro, you look old.
Oh,
it don't matter who you are.
You don't even got a new one. You got the old one, the one that can reach down your cheek.
Yeah. I was disappointed that Emmett hadn't called Tiff in days.
Why? You were really disappointed?
Yeah.
Bruh, you about to have a 4th kid. Wouldn't you be shocked? You'd be kind of like, man, I just became a manager. I'm about to get my apartment.
Not after you've been raw dogging, now ain't no shock. Like, come on, man.
I'm just saying, it's natural.
People that be shocked when they get somebody pregnant when they've been raw dogging, you deserve to smack the shit out of yourself.
I'm just saying, he was just, he was on a high. He had been doing so good and everything. And it's just like, damn.
But he still is doing pretty good, though.
Yeah, he is.
So he got himself an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He came to the conclusion that he needs to take care, step up.
Is Tiff feeling him?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he might end up having an issue because with Brandon going next season, that's going to have to be the issue. Keisha or Tiff.
Yeah, true.
And I think he should just, I don't know, maybe if him and Tiff are working, he should just rock out with her because they're going to have 2 kids. And
it feels like they're getting to a mutual understanding.
Because Tiff doesn't seem like a bad person now. You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like most of the stuff.
I was just mad she was letting homeboy whip her ass and she wasn't trying to take Emmett's help.
Right.
That was my issue with that.
Yeah.
So, Kevin,
Yeah.
You know, Kevin went off on Papa and Jake about Maisha.
Yeah.
Obviously that was coming.
Oh
but
yeah, of course.
Did you feel it was overacting at that point?
No, I feel like he's in a like place where he's just like confused about what he wants and what he wants to do and who he wants to be associated with.
I don't think he's confused. I think he's still worried about what people think. So he's
that's the state of being confused.
It's not
in a way.
That's not confusion.
I mean, look, he got people that are saying he should go to this school here, he should do this and everything like that.
Only his mom and teacher said what school he should go to.
Maisha been saying it too,
didn't
though.
even know.
But Maisha been kind of hinting at it too. So it's like
because Maisha is smart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got his friends and he got the people who's actually looking out for his future. So I think that in that manner he's confused about what he wants to do.
So him going to see Brandon at the house, I thought that was a really dope moment.
And he finally get to cut some hair. Finally.
Yeah, I got to get used to it.
Yeah.
I got to get used to it because he even had that hairstyle on Black Panther, right?
Yep.
Sounds like, damn, man. Yep. Like, that's a big thing because everything I've seen you and you've had the same hairstyle.
I think that's a defining character moment, too. Like, it's just something about them want to have a
consider how old he's going to look in the next season.
Exactly.
So he's going to look damn near like an adult.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy. He's going to have facial hair and everything while he's going to come out with a beard season 3.
But I kind of like the fact that, is it Maisha? Mm-hmm. Gave him that yearbook and everything that showed him the transformations.
Got it off Amazon for $1.
For $1. And it's just like, not only does she like him, but she's trying to be a real supportive person to him and look out for the future.
Trying to get him to think
big.
Outside
the big
Chicago.
Picture, man. The big picture. And I think that's really cool. And I like how he was just in his room trying on the suit and everything like that. So I thought that was real cool, defining moment for him. And sadly, it didn't go that way for somebody else.
Yeah, I was extremely happy for Kevin. Like, his whole arc for this episode, it was really dope, man. So, speaking of, Papa really didn't have an arc. So, he's probably
kind of like the middleman.
He's going to be in the same spot unless he's just going to be going viral again doing speeches.
Right.
But Jake,
yeah,
basically, Reg had promised the dude out he would try to keep him out of trouble so he can keep his record clean so he can be legit. And then we see that Jake was selling drugs outside of school. But my thing is, like, if you've ever known anybody that's selling drugs anywhere, they're not that obvious about the shit.
Of course, but like, this is the TV show, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't in a secluded area. He was right in the front of the step, just like, hey, you could see the money and everything, Yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah, that was bad. And you in front of a school zone, so that's an even crazier violation.
That teacher ain't over there looking at you outside the window. You already be paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. He think you did everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then at the end of the season, he's going to get a job with Dude Out, but we don't know if that's going to happen now because looked like he got locked up. Looks like they found the drugs in his book bag.
Well, was that locked up or was that CPS?
I don't think he knows that his brother.
You don't think so? Because he could look kind of distraught. Like,
I think he would have been crying. He wasn't even not a single tear. He just looked like he was disappointed.
Okay.
So I'm assuming because they showed him holding a backpack. So I took that as we caught him.
Okay.
He had the weed in his backpack.
Mm-hmm.
We got him. I don't feel like he knows about his brother yet.
So speaking of his brother.
Yeah, that's what we have to talk about next, man. Reg.
When he was talking with him at the pizza joint, did you catch when he was like, "You did good"? Like, I don't know if you caught that.
I mean, I knew he was going to
I was just like, oh,
we kind of
I know that, but it's just like when he said you did good, I'm like, Reg, you didn't catch that, man? He said you did good. Not you are doing good with the whole company and everything like that. You did good. And that, I was just like, oh, red flag right there.
Yeah. But the way he went out really made me mad because, first of all, it was funny when he was ordering all that food.
Bruh. He took the pie.
He always eating, yo. Red is always eating.
But his homeboy,
so
though.
Damn food.
His homeboy.
Big Mike. Yeah, that joint was hilarious, man.
He looked like he could eat all that, too.
So they're walking. They're riding the bikes, and as y'all know, he get distracted by the big booties hanging off the motorcycles. Yeah. I don't know no guy that's gonna sit here and stare at some women on a bike when there's dudes riding the bikes with them.
I'll be running. I'll be gone.
No, I'm just saying, like when there's a dude riding a bike and there's a girl hanging off the back, I don't know some dude that's gonna stop and stare.
Because they're staring at him. They made eye contact.
But they on the bike, bro.
They made eye contact. They made eye contact and was just like, hey, she looking at me. That could be just her friend or her brother.
My opinion, he's not dead. It looked like when I watched it back, it looked like he got shot twice.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say. Do you think he's dead?
No, I don't think he's dead just because of the way the scene was shot. Like we would have got like a long dramatic pause zooming in on him or anything like that. We didn't get that. We got his boy picking him up and running him away.
Reg has to come back this next season, man.
Yeah.
He just has to, like, you got to consider, like, even if Lena got him shot, they're like, shit, Brandon's leaving. He's back.
I don't think it was meant to be like, he's going to go out.
No. I think people like him too much.
Yeah, I feel like he's integral to the story of the show. And I feel like, over time, he has become a central character of the show.
I love his reactions to things.
Yeah.
When he's just like, I want to give Jake a job here. What the fuck he gonna do here? Yeah. just like his expression, like the way he be saying stuff.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm down for the shits, dude. Yeah. like his, I just
yeah.
He's really dope actor, man. I really like him. I hope he gets cast in a whole bunch of stuff. So, I guess the thing we have to talk about is the inevitable, man.
Well,
Brandon.
Well, we can talk about Jada for a little bit because I still wanted to.
What do you want to talk about Jada? Oh, yeah. So her getting back with Emma's dad. I was
hold on. But you know how I knew about things about to go down?
When he came to the door?
No. When he was sitting on the table with the wine and he took off the earpiece. That's when you knew it was about to go down.
I knew it was going down when he came to the house.
I'm just saying. He took off the earpiece. He was like...
Old man off.
And
he don't take off that earpiece.
Nah, you don't take off the earpiece unless something's going down.
It's like taking off your socks.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He don't take off the earpiece. So. But yeah, I was just like, y'all really want to do this again?
Yeah.
And it was obvious that Emma was gonna walk in.
Yeah, I saw it
like
coming.
it wasn't I saw it coming a mile away. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cool, the conversation that Emma had in the store with his mom.
Yeah,
because that's just some real shit right there. Like that was a real ass conversation.
It really was.
Like for kids to understand that their parents aren't perfect and they're making mistakes as they're still growing too.
Yeah.
So that was real shit.
Yeah, that
and
was
I really
bad.
Appreciated that conversation.
And I really like it's Emmett and the development with his mom. I think it shows something that not many shows pay attention to. Is like shows do it, but I like the manner and the way the Shy has done it. She kicked him out, had him force him, be a man, learn everything and all his mistakes, but she's trying to learn, I guess, how to be her own woman now in a sense. Now that she don't have to worry about Emmett no more. So I kind of like that dynamic. So I'll love to see that continue in season 3.
Yeah, I hope it continues as well. So Brandon, man.
Yeah.
Brandon, he gets arrested at the beginning of the episode. They found a gun. I was like, come on, Alice. Come on. Don't he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Like, let's not do this.
It was just something to get him in.
But the one thing I was kind of just slightly confused about. This whole thing with Brandon and Duda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the whole thing come about because they were trying to find a better way to move their drugs? So were they just selling the drugs around the truck? But if they were, Tucson would have been able to arrest all of the drug dealers. Or was the plan to eventually just start selling drugs off of the truck?
I thought he was supposed to be the fall guy.
That's what the whole thing was for, is for him to be the fall guy?
Because, he went inside and saw the boss.
Well, I know he said we need, I think we got to fish.
Yeah.
I caught that. But it was just the fact that when Duda was talking to Reg about how they needed to move more and more discreetly, remember? Because he was like...
So you're basically saying he was setting up his business to grow even larger so they can move more weight?
That's what it came across as with the conversation Duda had with Reg.
Yeah.
But then the conversation Duda had with the old man gave off a different vibe.
Okay.
So I'm just a little confused on 100% what the purpose of Duda invested in Brandon was for, if it wasn't to help move the drugs. Was it just a regular investment?
I had one nitpick about that scene though when he came to pick Jason up or Brandon up. It's like,
damn well not to have that conversation in
right
the jail.
there, and all the cops are right there behind him. They didn't hear any bit of that conversation. I'm just saying. But how did you feel about him and the breakup?
Well, first of all, that conversation, I felt different about it no matter how you looked at it, because it's like at times it just still came off as she was being high and mighty. That's why I was glad he brought it up, because it's like, yo, you did some shady shit with the alderman. Even if at the end of the day you had a good thing with getting homegirl the apartment, you still used some shady information to do it.
Yeah.
But you're getting on Brandon about it, talking about, I don't want no boyfriend that's been locked up, that deals with gang members. I'm like, yo, man. Like that made me mad.
Yeah.
And then So when he said you can get out of here with that, and she said I'm leaving, I'm like, man, peace, man. Y'all been needing to break up, but I do want to say that they killed the acting in that part.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they embodied like people that were having issues. The way Brandon woke up and saw her, like heard the tea kettle and just sees her walking around, like, don't you hate that? That's like the worst. The silent treatment, like, seriously.
Yeah.
But it was so real, and that's why I gravitated to that scene. I thought it was really dope. It was a real honest conversation.
Brandon didn't have shit. That's all.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
You look at that house.
She took his cooking utensils.
I'm sorry, I just gotta put it out there.
You gotta at least let him keep that. Like he was cooking for you with that.
Brandon didn't have nothing in that house, bro.
Nah. I'm surprised he even had something to throw.
Bruh, there was like barely anything on the walls, barely anything in the kitchens. I'm like, yo, she took the whole apartment.
Damn, they got to repaint.
All that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but I took away from it, it was a realistic, situation with her realization that, we just don't work and everything like that. I feel like even though we know it's because, both of the actors' times are not on the show anymore. I don't know if this was planned.
No.
You don't think it was planned?
No.
You think it was probably trying to get them back together next season if they were to stay on the show?
The show was already filmed when all of this stuff
No, I'm just saying, like, now that we know the plans are obviously changed, do you think it was, like, going to be like a split? Brandon's going to work for the feds and try to get Duda, then he's going to try to fall back with her. Do you think that was the angle?
Oh,
originally.
Before.
Yeah.
I hope they were never going to go with them getting back together.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
that was the hope for me.
Gotcha.
But so what did you think was going to happen when Brandon saw what the hell is his name?
Ronnie,
yeah, there you go.
Oh,
the guy nobody cares about.
I feel like, even though he had a lot of bent up anger inside of him and everything, I thought it was going to be like a shove or something like that, but I was, came away surprised that he actually took the angle like that, because it was kind of some kind of understanding, even though it was just a fucked up situation. I like the fact that, they tried to use what he's learned throughout the season, his character and everything. At the end of the day, Brandon is a good guy. He has a good heart. He has a good personality and everything like that, and they stayed true to that character. So I was glad with the way that played out, and even though I did not enjoy Ronnie's redemption and everything like that, I kind of feel like this is what he needed despite of everything else he has been through. We didn't need to see all that redemption and everything with Ronnie. This is what he needed really fully to move on. Facts. And I think that was the only thing that made his scene with his father somewhat stand out, is because Brandon did something for him that encouraged him to do something for somebody else. So it worked in that favor.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the most heartfelt moments in the whole show, because I thought Brandon was going to do something, but at the end of the day, you got to remember Brandon is better than you. You would want to beat the guy up. Brandon just wants to talk to him and tell him he forgives him.
Yeah.
Most people want revenge.
Yeah.
Because I would not just be walking up to just tell you I forgive you or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And, Brandon's better than me.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Jason
Mitchell, but Brandon is better than me.
Yeah.
But I really liked everything that was happening with that scene. It was really heartfelt and really deep. So, how do you feel about what's going to happen with them? Because we saw Brandon getting ready to snitch on Duda and everything, right? How do you think
he already snitched?
Well, how do you think they will get around this with him not being in the show?
Brandon gives some information and runs. He's going to live with his mama.
You know what? That is a good way to write him off. They can literally just say he's in
protective custody,
mm-hmm. and then he could end up dead. But by them showing a body to look similar to him, he died in protective custody. And then they can bring Jerica back, having her cry, and then we get introduced to her new boyfriend.
That would be kind of awkward.
Her new boyfriend could be Hannibal. Nah, I'm just joking.
I'm just saying that can be a little awkward, But man, we ain't gonna see no more Hannibal, are we? If Brandon's not gonna be in the show,
or Greavy.
Oh man, this is gonna be hard, y'all. This is gonna be hard.
That's a big hole to try to plug.
You're losing a whole bunch of characters because they're not gonna recast them. They already said that's out the books.
Well, Emmett and Reg, I felt like they have strong enough arcs just enough for me to tune in to see what's gonna happen with season 3. But they need new members on the cast.
Yeah.
And I feel I don't think Tiffany Bonet is coming back either. No, because I think she started redeeming herself at the end, so I wouldn't actually mind her coming back.
Yeah.
And then maybe they can show her working for the alderman and everything. I mean, like
it's a show. I know The Shy is more than just these central characters, so I know they probably can introduce more characters, but
don't subsidize losing Brandon and Jerica by giving us more Ronnie.
I was about to say the same thing. I feel like Ronnie's arc is complete. Have him show up maybe one time just to say, hey, I'm doing this.
That's my son.
But yeah, just saying, get some more characters in there.
How do you feel about the second season?
I feel like the second season, I think it blew season 1 out the water. I'd say 1 was bad or nothing like that, but I like how it grew upon season 1. Because I remember us talking about season 1, how at times it seemed uneven and weird pace, the episodes and everything. I felt season 2 had a gradual build. Like, even though I was mad at the beginning of the season of how much attention we were giving to Ronnie, it still builded around every character. I like the growth of all the characters around the show and everything, and I felt like it stayed on a consistent pace throughout the whole season.
Yeah, I thought season 2 was, like you said, it was a good evolution in the season from season 1. There were definitely people that had better arcs. I thought Emmek's arc was better. I thought Brandon's arc was better. I thought Ronnie's arc was worse. I thought, like, overall, though, it was definitely a gradually upgraded as a season. And I'm actually interested to see how season 3 is going to go. I'll give it at least 2 episodes. And if by the second episode I'm not interested, I'll just probably tune out and check something else out.
They have a task because, they built the show. I won't say they built the show around Brandon, but just the nature and heart of this character, it always came back to Brandon. So it's got some pretty big shoes to fill. I'm pretty sure they writers can do it. I don't know how much time they had to like edit or to strip the script or anything like since the events, because I know it's supposed to start shooting like this summer. So I don't know, man. Hopefully they can pull it off and we can have another consistent season, around these characters.
Yeah, man. Let us know how y'all felt about the show. How did y'all feel like they were going to move on from Brandon? I'm really curious to hear some of you guys, because some of the stuff you guys come up with is actually pretty good. What are y'all watching now that the show's over and Power don't come back until August? Let us know what y'all watching. Don't say Empire. And yeah, man. Check out the podcast.
Is Empire even still on? I think it's off.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, don't care either way. Go check out the podcast. You can find it everywhere podcasts can be found: Spotify, iTunes, Google Music Play. Leave a comment.
Yes.
That really helps us out if you leave a comment on the podcast. Let people know how you rock with the podcast or whatnot. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You should subscribe to the YouTube channel because the majority of people that watch our content ain't even subscribed, which is crazy.
It is crazy. But,
like 70, I think like only like 25% of the people that watch our content actually subscribe.
We blowing up out here. We gonna have more content. Let's go, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. We got a Patreon. If y'all want to support the Patreon, y'all can go over there and support that, man. Check out My Voice with Darren Friends podcast. Check out Prince Trajan's Gaming World on YouTube, and check out Welcome to the Wall on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.